With dance, it's like my whole self is here with me. And I'm even meaning my higher self. I feel like there's many layers to a person's being, and when you're in the flow, it's like for that moment, you've completely committed to this presence. I am b-boy Enos. My real name is David Hotton. I come from the island of Jersey, but now live in London. I'm a breaker, graph artist, and I dabble a bit in DJing and MCing. This island was a beautiful place growing up as a kid. It was gentle, as the best way to put it. When I first started skating, that's how I got into touch with hip hop. And I started learning about this culture, and I realized it's linked to the artwork and it's this bigger picture. I was just like enthralled by it. The art and the dance just grabbed me straight away. Instead of hanging out with friends, I might just break in the lounge. I really love this, and yet no one's doing it. I'm going to do it anyway. That gave me a really good foundation to who I am now. It's kind of be lonely, but it gave me a lot back as a kid. When I went to uni, and I first actually met other breakers, like this is poetic. And that was my first actual conversation. Other breakers communicating with me, with my break. And then from then on, with that crew, we would train together and go to competitions, and I was like the birth of this energy. With battles, I think it is more a case of acknowledging that aggression. Like, it's always been there. As a kid, I was very calm, but there's still quite a warrior power in me. Like, I felt like a fighter, not the traditional fighting, but more of the like overcoming your own limitations. When I found hip hop, it was like that next space, that next level of personal freedom. For some reason, it was very important for children to tease and abuse someone with ginger hair. If you're like seen as someone that's strange or lesser, or you start to grow up thinking and believing this. So I would have had that built into me, and I guess that would have driven me to prove otherwise. I am actually just as capable, I am actually human, I am actually very powerful. Being good at what I did enabled me to reclaim that power of self, reclaim that strength. I used to love drawing. It's just a way of crystallizing my love of things. Dive into my imagination and creating scenarios and scenes that I love to sort of play out in. I've been really aggressive as a younger artist. That goes back to a time in my life where my actual definition of self, or even understanding of reality, crumbled away. And I was living within chaos and darkness and confusion, not really trusting anything. But hip hop was luckily enough of my life before that happened to remain strong. It's like the one truth. I know that this aspect of me is real. Like it's resonated with my heart. It was my first place of spiritual understanding, and the thing that took me through this chaos period, it introduced me to depths of myself. It's put me face-to-face contact with this higher perception. As a creative person, a lot of this journey is so internal. You're in the development. To then have moments of feedback from friends really like strengthens that, and it gives you fire for more. These friends that are like, I don't chat to them all the time, but they're part of me. Everyone left a part of themselves with each other. Your lives are like, bing, because of hip hop. It's like, when you resonate together, and then life might just spread again, but that's cool. But for that moment, you impart an energy to each other. It's hard to build that intimacy. That's what I find with London. But with Epic, there's a recent collective that I've become part of. It brings that home again. It pulls the elements. We've got the rappers, we've got the graph artists, we've got the DJs, we've got the B-boys and B-girls, we've got all style dancers. We're trying to track, that jam vibe, that sort of party vibe, and that's, for me, it's been really good to rekindle that and re-engage with that essence to what I was magnetized to. I love to graph, I love to paint, I love to DJ, I love to everything. I love everything. Am I doing too many things? Am I just going to be good at things and never exceptional at one? I'm quite happy not being exceptional at one. I'm really happy to have a really eclectic, creative outlet, and that's what hip hop is brought to me. So in graph, you put a piece up, a beautiful piece, and it might last a day. The whole journey is what you value, for me anyway. Now it is about time, it's about sitting with it, it's about letting it breathe. Nothing lasts forever. I've always put hip hop first. For me, time to do this is valuable. And so this has never really given me a career. It's just given me like experiences, which help support my hip hop life, which is my ultimate experience. As hip hop seems to give me that space to go deep. Before it's about finding parts of me, now it's like finding something beyond me, and it gives as much as you give it. It's like, I don't know, it's magic. Global society needed this new energy to heal and to evolve every city. Every lost mind that needed to realize and realign to a real identity, called forth to solve troubles of this new rhythm, this new power, this new culture that wanted to flower, to break on up through the cracks of the sidewalk, through the gaps in our stagnant talk, to bounce free with a new walk. This was hip hop, here to stay, here to grab your spirit and unleash your creative play, to give you power and tools of how to express and manifest, how to share, unite, and collectively bless. This is how we dissolve stress, break apart boundaries of race, class, and all the rest. When I say hip hop, y'all say, ah yes, hip hop.